Wicked Whims and Wonderful Whims, both of which I think are incredibly great mods for The Sims 4. One of the most popular mods. Compared to previous Sims games, The Sims 4 definitely takes on a lot more of a childish nature, which makes absolutely no sense because the majority of Sims players are older teens and up, and we do want more realistic gameplay, and that's what these mods bring. Wicked Whims and Wonderful Whims both add social, relationship, and pregnancy enhancements to your game. Inherently, Sims in The Sims 4 don't really have a type. They're just attracted to anyone. They have sexual preferences, but they don't have types. You can't change if your sim likes a certain hair color or body type or facial feature, or equally, you can't even set your own turn-offs. This is actually a feature that was implemented early in The Sims 2, and unfortunately, The Sims 4 doesn't come with such a system, so modders have had to pick up the slack. Turbo Driver's Whims mods bring attractiveness as likes and dislikes. As you can see, you can set a variety of likes and dislikes for your sim. These can be based on so many different physical factors, including hair color, eye color, body type, along with so many other miscellaneous things. Do you have daddy issues or mummy issues? There's also an attractiveness generator which decides for you what your sims are interested in, including being attracted to the traits that are based off your parents' traits, which is actually backed up by psychological evidence in real life. Did you know? Not only that, there is also a system which affects how much your sim's type actually affects their search for love or woohoo. Again, another layer to this attractiveness system, which is honestly so good. To make it even more interesting, this mod comes with a unique appearance aspiration reward trait, which boosts the value of preferences that a sim likes about them. If your sim has blonde hair and the other sims find blonde hair attractive, they will now find it super attractive with this trait, but only for your sim. Of course, searching for love is difficult. Trust me, I know. But luckily with the Whims mods, there's actually a feature that brings storytelling to give you prompts to make that a lot easier. Sometimes when your sims go to certain events like parties, they'll catch the eye of another sim. There'll be a pop-up to tell you who and why, and then it's up to you as a player if you want to pursue it or just decide it's not the right time and ghost them. Just like all of my Tinder matches. There's also a scoping the surroundings interaction, which allows your sims to have a look around and see if there's anybody they're into, and if they are, the game will let you know. When you perform this interaction, all scope sims that your sims consider attractive will have a heart above their head, with pink being for sims that you're really into and black hearts for sims that you're just really not into. Not only this, the game actually also has a system which affects the way that your sims gain other relationship points faster, not just romantic, but also on a friendship level. If your sim is deemed attractive by another sim, you'll have a much easier time gaining relationship with them faster, having your jokes land, and just generally getting on well with them. Now, let's say if there's a sim that your sim really likes, but you don't know if they like them back. This mod includes a new ask about attractiveness preferences interactions, which if it lands, gives you hints about what that sim is attracted to. If they find a certain hair color attractive that you don't have, why not dye your sim's hair and see what happens? Is dyeing your hair to make yourself sexually attractive to another person dramatic? Yes, it is. But equally, I can totally imagine people doing this in real life, which makes it so funny. You can also change your preferences to allow more polyamorous romantic preferences. This means you can have sims openly cheat without triggering any form of jealousy. It also allows you to invite multiple sims over for the night if you do so wish. Of course, with all this woohooing, there is a chance that your sim could catch something. Crabs, to be exact. The Whims mod comes with a feature which allows your sims to catch crabs through woohoo or by sleeping in a bed infested with crabs. If your sims do get crabs, you'll need to help them recover using a special ice-killing shampoo when showering or bathing. And if you really can't stand the thought of your sims catching crabs, you can actually get a special reward trait which prevents it. And if your sim does woohoo, there are also other unplanned consequences other than just getting crabs. Of course, I'm talking about objects. I mean babies. I mean objects. Because babies in The Sims 4 are not actually a life stage, they are a literal object. Anyway, that is another story for another time. Birth control weirdly doesn't exist in The Sims 4 base game, but the Whims mod allows your sims to avoid getting pregnant using condoms and birth control pills. As in real life, birth control is not 100% guaranteed, so there is a small chance that your sim can get pregnant, and yes, you can turn this on or off in their options menu. Sim fertility is predominantly determined by their cycle. As in real life, sims can only get pregnant using the fertile windows. In order to determine what stage of your cycle that your sim is in, simply click on the toilet and select the appropriate interaction. You can also determine your fertility window by using the smartphone app, and this is unlocked after your sim has their first period. In order to boost your chances of getting pregnant, you can phone the fertility clinic, purchase a reward trait, get a fertility massage, or use a potion. And if you feel like the Whim system pregnancy is just too strict and you want to customize it, of course go in the menu and change it at any time. I know it's a touchy subject for some, but this mod also comes with the ability to have a which you cannot do in the Sims 4 base game. Kind of. If your sim does have an unwanted pregnancy, you have the option to donate the baby to science, whatever that means, via the phone within either the first or second trimester. Now with all the intimate stuff out the way, another really great feature of the Whims mods is the personality archetypes. These personality types add another layer of depth to your sims in addition to the measly 3 traits you get to select in CAS mode. There's a total of 9 personality archetype traits, and they all depend on what traits you choose in CAS. Sage, sims who are keen seekers of knowledge but equally may be prone to overthinking. Artists, sims who have creative goals but may fear not being able to achieve these goals. Hero, sims who are brave and confident but may come across as arrogant. Caregiver, sims driven by empathy and compassion but often get taken advantage of for their giving nature. Jester, sims who are really fun to be around but often very irresponsible. Innocent, sims who live for positivity and happiness but sometimes their optimism can be perceived as childish by others. Lover, sims who crave intimacy and passion but risk coming across as shallow. Sinister, sims who will use their selfish and villainous nature to let nothing get in their way of achieving their goals. And the Everyman, sims who are just vanilla, who don't really have much personality or stand out at all. As you can tell, each personality type comes with its own strengths and weaknesses. Every personality type comes with special social interactions, which just add a significant layer of depth to your Sims relationships and social status. Other quality of life additions to the Whims mods include sweating. When your Sims perform vigorous exercise, they literally perspirate. Of course, this is negated by showering or bathing. They can also obtain the no sweat aspiration reward trait. Another quality of life addition is persistent boredom. Sims will remember conversations for up to 8 hours and will express boredom if they talk about the same things over and over again. All of these features, by the way, are available in both Wicked Whims and Wonderful Whims. The only real addition that the Wicked Whims mod has is the more adult stuff. For the purposes of keeping this video YouTube friendly, I cannot talk about all of these things in a lot of detail, and you're going to have to infer some things from my language. And yes, I will have to skim over some things, unfortunately, but I'm sure you understand. I have to keep this video advertiser friendly. Fundamentally, this mod removes the blur that you see when your Sims shower, and it also allows you to see their bits in CAS. You can even set their hair too. Of course, it does make woohoos very explicit. The mod itself comes with a set of basic interactions initially, but you can actually download additional animations for woohooing. Another more adult aspect of Wicked Whims is actually to run and own your own club. Again, I can't show you this on screen, so you're going to have to infer it. I actually think it's a really fun career choice. I personally love career gameplay in The Sims 4. I like the idea of running my own business. I really love actually being able to run my own restaurant with the Dine Out pack, or being able to run my own retail store with the Get to Work pack. So this is actually kind of similar. And if you do enjoy careers gameplay, it's certainly a feature that you'll want to try out. More information about Wicked Whims in more detail and tutorials can be found on the Wicked Whims website. I'm not going to link to it below because I literally cannot, unfortunately. I'm sure you understand, but like, just give it a Google and it's basically the first link. Personally, I don't really feel comfortable using the Wicked Whims mod, but for what it's worth, the Wonderful Whims mod and Wicked Whims come with a lot of cool features that just make your gameplay so much more realistic, and I honestly cannot recommend it enough if you're just bored of the more childish nature of The Sims 4. I really hope this tutorial was helpful. If you want to know what other mods to get for the game, make sure you check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.